Have you or a loved one been affected by hypnosis? Symptoms include blaming the controller, banning your own viewers, and saying, "That's impossible 47 times a stream." However, there is hope. Welcome to Duty Streams, the internet's premier center for DSP analysis, memes, and emergency anti-hypnosis treatment. We expose the cope, we study the salt, and we ask the hard questions. Did the game really screw him, or was it just another skill issue? Subscribe to Duty Streams today, because hypnosis spreads fast, but laughter spreads faster.
Will I react to the Fire Emblem Direct that came out today? No. I'm not interested. Nothing here says, I want to say thanks again for listening to us about new TCGs like Lorcana, Magic, One Piece, etc. I honestly don't get why people say you don't listen to feedback, because you do. Because people who criticize me aren't real. They're fakes. They're phonies. Just like people who say, Phil didn't lose any weight, or Phil didn't actually change his diet or do anything healthy. But then when they try to justify what's going on with the fact that I'm much skinnier, I actually have muscles now and everything. Oh, well, you see, he's on steroids, and he's on Ozempic, and he's on this. What are you talking about? That's it. They just can't accept any kind of positivity. They can't accept that I'm winning, and they have basically really lame lives, and they're very jealous. They can't take it. Kurt, thanks for $5. Just keep with the great content and ignore detractors because they're jealous. I know. Thank you for $5. I'm well aware. Thank you so much. Dark Souls 4 Enjoyer, €5 super chat, and he wants to say hello to a Philip something that I'm not going to say. Thanks. What is the euro conversion rate today? Let's see. I haven't looked at this in a while. $5.77 for that super chat. Thank you for the $5. We're now up to 192 of support. Look at that. Max Wick says, I came here because of a troll channel, but now you're my favorite streamer. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I am appreciative of every person who gives me a chance. That's all I ask. If you come and watch my actual content and you don't like it, fair enough. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone likes certain things and dislikes certain things. I don't like everything that people recommend to me either. But at least you gave it an honest try. At least you didn't just listen to a crowd, a hate mob of idiots who are ignorant and just want to sit there seething and angry at everything in life and trying to make fun of everything around them because their lives are miserable. Because that's the truth. People are miserable and they want to feel better. So what do? You try to dogpile onto things that are common memes. But if you actually come and hang out, a lot of people are like, I actually like this. This is chill vibe. It's fun content. It's not harmful. Phil's not sitting here dunking on people and trying to hurt people's reputations and or their livelihood in order to get ahead. He's not stepping on anyone. He's literally just hanging out with his audience, talking, playing games, having fun. What's wrong with that? You're right. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's the content I want to make. That's the stuff that I wish to be successful at, not being some kind of a horrible, toxic jerk like a lot of people. So all you got to do is come by and actually see the real content rather than the highlights that these morons make and misrepresent everything, and you'll see how it really is. And again, I'm not saying that everyone would like the content. I know many won't. A lot of people find my content boring. That's fine. You have a right to say it's boring. Go for it. But don't lie about the content, because that's what they do. They outright lie to make it act like it's something it's not. So, Cad is obese. Oh, it's supposed to be, you're trying to insult my wife, but it's so lame because you didn't even use the words. You were too pathetic to use real words. If you're going to insult my wife, at least have the balls to really do it. What a pathetic loser. Seriously, what an actual pathetic loser. He couldn't even use the real words. You earned the ban just on the fact that you're a pussy. What a pussy. Anyway, Lifey, thanks for a £5 super chat. Let's see what the pound conversion is today. That's $6.72. Thank you so much to Lifey. That's actually our biggest super chat of the day. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Okay. And Lifey says, I came here from a detractor video too, and I feel sorry for the shit that you get, and I enjoy the show. Well, thank you. Again, thank you for giving me an honest chance. Thank you for seeing the content for what it is and not listening to the white noise. Because the truth is, when you're in the outside of this, when you're not on the stream hanging out with me, right? You hear a lot of shit, don't you? You hear all this crap about DSP and Dark Side Phil. I swear to you, almost every person who comes here and actually checks out the real content is like, what's the big deal? They don't get it, but you have to give it the chance. Instead of falling into the trap of a mindless mob mentality, being part of a mindless group of people on the internet that want to group think rather than think for themselves, you have to actually have that level of intelligence. And most people, I hate to say it, in modern society, they don't have that. They don't have that spark in their head that says, hey, check it out for yourself just to see. They won't do it. They want to be part of a hate mob because they feel better about themselves to think that others suck. That's sad. That you can't be happy enough about your own existence and life that you have to revel in the failure of others. That's so pathetically sad. It really is. Like, for me, okay, when I hear stuff like, oh, this person's a train wreck or whatever, I don't want to watch it. I want nothing to do with it. I want to stay away from it. I cringe. And what do they call it? Secondhand embarrassment. I have that when I hear about someone having a bad time. Someone had a really bad thing that happened to them, or they did something very embarrassing. I feel that secondhand embarrassment, and I'm like, I cringe, and I want nothing to do with it. Let's leave me alone. But there are people who revel in it because their lives are pathetic. Because if your life sucks, you want to revel in the failure of others because then you makes it look like maybe you're a little better. But if your life is good, you don't want to celebrate other people's failure because you're having a good time, and all you care about is positive stuff around you. So anyone who revels in this toxic nonsense online is a big fucking loser. You're in the closet. I didn't know you were in there. I didn't know you were in there. I closed the door on poor Jasper Kitty. I'm sorry, buddy. I found him. I heard him and then I opened it. I didn't know you were in there, buddy. When did you sneak in there? He's so stealthy. He moves around so quiet and he has a bell on his neck. It doesn't even ring. I had no idea Jasper Kitty was in the closet. I'm sorry. All right. I think there was another super chat that I missed. Hold on. Yes, there was a 5-pound super chat from Lil Zeno. He says, this is going to be my last dono for a while. Did you get the situation from yesterday sorted? I ended up going to sleep. We have a new power supply in the computer now, and hopefully that resolves the issues. So we do have one in there. It seems to be running nicely. I hope that the PC doesn't turn off, and hopefully that's it. Fingers crossed, right? So thank you, Little Zeno, with your contribution. We have now qualified for another pack opening. So we will be opening. That the trolls hate doesn't exist. It's a figment of the imagination of losers. If you actually watch Phil's stream once, you'll see the truth, and they know that's the sad part. Nothing here says, not gonna lie, I found out about you from detractors and trolls, but then I saw the Asmongold interview, and I genuinely enjoyed the content for real. You're a cool guy. Thank you. Like I said, if anything, the direct reason why things have gotten much better for me in the last couple of years is because people have given me an honest shot. Even though there's a lot of people out there that slander me, because of some of the choices that I actively made to reach out and collab and get seen by a wider audience, that audience gave me an honest chance and now like me. So the chances I took paid out. Because you might say, man, that Kino Casino collab you did, it really backfired. Did it? I'm doing incredibly well. Sure, they make fun of me. Why do I care? You have to understand something. They were going to do it anyway. They were already starting to do it, and they absolutely were going to get there and do it anyway. So why don't I benefit from it? Which I did. I played them like a fucking fiddle for about 6 to 8 months. Got everything I needed out of it. Got new eyes on my content. Became a streamer on Kick. Got partnered on Kick. Got everyone watching me. And now here I am 2 years later, super good off because I played my cards right. I knew what I was doing. People act, again, this is another thing. Phil's so dumb. Phil's an idiot. I always know what the fuck I'm doing. At every moment, I know exactly what's going on, and it's all for a reason. You may not think it, you may not know it because I play it off well, but it's all according to plan. And it all has worked out very, very well. And I'm very pleased. Yes, literally everything I did was part of the plan. 1,000,000%. But Brain Dead Bob, see, here's what he says. He says, giving up all your morals and values for a buck isn't a good trade. But did I? Did I? Because if you remember, when I was working with those guys, and yes, it was very, very drama-esque. It was very, very intense, to say the least, because all those guys want to do is toxic drama. Literally, that's their content. They have nothing else to offer the internet. They have nothing original. They have nothing intelligent to say. It's just toxic drama and insults constantly. That's all they do, right? When I was in that arc, a lot of people came to me who are my longtime fans, and they said, Phil, we're concerned. This is not you. This is not the content you put out. This is not who you want to be, at least from what you say. And we're concerned that you're going to change for the worse. And what did I say? Trust me. All you got to do is trust me and stick around for the ride. Trust me on this. And what happened? We went back to good content, no drama, no values or morals were sacrificed. Everything is good. And I'm way better off for it. I knew exactly what I was doing. Thank you, No Cap. You did $2 super chat and says, your old RE streams drew me. You are a good guy. Excellent. Band-Aid Bob, you must be slow. Because he doesn't seem to understand. I'm explaining to you, this was all part of the plan all along. That's why I'm well off the way I am right now, right? He's insisting, oh, no, you were banning people who were telling you they were going to snake you. Because that was part of the fucking plan, you idiot. Like, how dumb can you be? I needed to play along. I needed them to believe that I liked the content and I wanted to hang out with them. I needed them to take the bait, and they did. How do you not understand how it works? Like, how, I mean, some people just don't get it. They really don't. They don't think big picture. Anyway, DSP #1 fan, thanks for $2. They said there was fear in your eyes when you met Fan. Huh? There was fear in my eyes when I met Fan. I have no idea what you're talking about. Thanks for $2. And Soul at 2 a.m. did a $5 super chat. Your theme song should be Tub Thumping. I get knocked down, but I get up again by Chumbawamba. No. It's way too British. It's way too obnoxious. That would not be my theme song. Martin, how you doing? Martin just did a $5 super chat. He says, I came from Asman's coverage. I stayed for the authentic content. Really good production. Thank you, Martin. Dude, you have to understand something. Whoa. Really good production, he just said. You have to understand how crazy it is to hear that, because I was literally the worst production value guy on the internet for the longest time. I will argue that, yes, that was a very valid criticism, that everyone said, why does Phil's webcam suck? Why does his lighting suck? Why does his capture quality and microphone suck? 100% people had the big idea. They were right. Thankfully, I now have good stuff. It took a long time, but we got there, and now there's actually production quality, thankfully. Let's see here. Real Huge Asshole became a sub over on Kick. Thank you to Real Huge Asshole. Member celebrating that with his milestone and says, I like the King Snake bit. RTU was clueless. RTU is clueless about it, pretty much everything in life. He just bumbles through it. We all know that. So, there's those people who have like conscious, intelligent, calculated actions and thought. They plan stuff. They have like good ideas. They have the ability to think ahead, fourth dimensional thinking almost, right? And then you have Review Tech, the guy who bumbles through life like an oaf, chewing his cud like a cow, barely making do. I mean, he probably needs assistance getting his pants on every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's very different kinds of people out there. You know what I'm saying? Well, the fake comedy master just sent 100 kicks. Thank you for that. Captain, how you doing? Good to see you, Captain DCW. He's playing AC Odyssey right now on PC. Then he's going to play Valhalla. Ooh, I love Odyssey. Valhalla was too much. Valhalla was way too long and drawn out with too much side content that basically felt like crappy filler. I didn't like it that much, honestly. So, Max, you got a membership? When did this